Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, man? Back again for another episode. What's this, number 7, bro? Something like that?
Something like that, man. Look,
Yeah,
we
little
cranking
7.
them out. We cranking them out.
Episode 7. Such a beautiful day in the neighborhood of Control Shift C podcast.
Let's
I'm on a
go.
different space right now. My boy City, live from Houston. What's the
Hey,
deal?
what's good? What's
Uh,
good, man? I'm feeling
Another
good.
day. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, dude. It's hot out here.
It's
But
rainy
hey,
out here,
we sucks to be you.
but it is still hot though, because this week we still in the 70s. Last week was in the 80s, but it's humid though. You know
Understand.
that
Understand.
Houston humidity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Understand.
it's like
So
nasty ass swamp pussy. Yeah.
so Tim Cook,
Yo.
Tim Cook stepping down. Well, Tim Cook is doing a good succession plan. I guess he's stepping down to step up, to step out. He's stepping down
Okay.
as the CEO of
Gotcha.
Apple.
Okay.
And he's going to be, I think, part of like the board or something cool, something fun.
Something cool.
Taking away his day-to-day roles as CEO, and that'll take effect in September. I guess at 65 years old, you're like, hey man, I'm at the age of retirement. I did
Yeah.
everything for Apple. I done brought y'all from $1 billion company to $1 trillion company. All right. I think I
No.
deserve a break. At 65, the brother still got his health. He can still walk upright, and he still has his vision to, do different things and, go throughout life. So I want to
Yeah.
ask you, bro, you've been an iPhone user for a long time. I think you've had an iPhone ever since I've been knowing you, right?
Yeah, and it's crazy though because before having it, like I was very hesitant, man. I was an Android guy all day long.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
think that.
man,
Yeah, that's me too. I was an Android guy up until the 4. Was it? Yeah, iPhone 4. And then I jumped into Apple. Then I went back to Android. And then I went back to Apple when the 8 came out. And I kind of been at Apple ever since. you know?
man,
So
Apple's been special, but that HTC tilt, I don't know if y'all remember that. You slide it up, you
mm.
tilt it up. It was like this big, like that big. I was like, oh man, it reminded me of the Sidekick because I could never get a Sidekick too. Man, I was too
Oh,
broke
I
back.
remember them.
Yeah.
I think I had a sidekick. The one I had mine joint slide up,
Yeah, it was like,
sidekick
whoop.
was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I wanted
yeah.
one so bad. I just couldn't afford it, man. High
Yeah.
school. Mom, can I get a Sidekick? What?
You got
Here's your
the
block
sidekick money?
Nokia. Got that $60 block Nokia with the snake game on that joint. It's like, oh man.
Oh, man. Oh, man, that's hella funny, man. But I wanna ask you and, everybody, Tim Cook's leaving, he been at Apple from what, 2011 to, 2026. That's what, 15 years, 16 years, 15
That's a
years?
minute.
And I wanna know, like, what impacts over that decade, when we just talked about Apple products, because Apple is integrated in damn near everything. I'm on an Apple computer right now, right? I got
Hey,
2
me
Apple
too.
monitors in front of me right now, right? But what has Apple, um, given well, over the last 15 years, how has Apple changed your life? What can you see that you couldn't do back then to what you're kinda currently doing now? What, like, cool features that you, like, remember from the early days and you like, "Man, I can't believe Apple actually pulled this off." And to even some of its technology that you have in your home, you got, like, smart devices at home,
Mm-hmm.
Apple TVs popping,
I got Apple TV.
the big Apple desktop, that's like
Mm-hmm.
$8,000. You dig what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, what is
Yeah.
what
Yeah, we ain't got that
technological
one.
changes has right? What technological changes, like, with Apple has, like, really changed your life for the better, if you will?
I mean, it smoothed out the whole entire process. I think that one thing I really liked about it, switching over from Android, is the integration from your phone and your laptop, right?
Mm,
How you can get text on your phone and receive it on your
yeah.
laptop at the same time, and just the integration with the cloud system.
Mhm.
I think that really kind of makes everything super smooth and really helpful. And whenever you're on the go, whatever, you don't necessarily have to pull out your laptop. It's like it's on your phone with the emails and just
Right.
just the connectivity with everything. I think that just makes your life so much easier and
Yeah.
smooth. So I think that was really something big, something kind of life changing in terms of just like technology wise and just making people's lives easier.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Apple definitely, made life very, very simplistic. Us when us coming up, we didn't have like any maps. I don't even think Android had a fine-tuned map at the time, even though they was kind of like, ran off Google or some shit, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think when Apple dropped and that first Apple map came out, and I was like, man, I sure could use this, a couple years back when I was driving from Kansas City from college to fucking LA, right? And I'm printing out the map, I had like 20 pages in my hand.
Yo, MapQuest. I kid you not. I kid you not. Hey, look, man. My
Oh.
my mom is a traveling nurse, right? Every
Yeah.
time before she leaves the house, we got to print out all the maps, that
Printed it
address,
out.
how she get to each patient's house. I'm just like, Mom,
Oh,
here's
man.
this one for this house. Here's this one for this.
Yeah, it's
Crazy
like, and
times,
I'm
dog.
trying to figure out like how the hell did we get around? Cats is like I know, drivers like FedEx, UPS type stuff. They using Thomas
Mm-hmm.
guides. I'm like, how was we when we were young, got our first car in high school? How the hell was we getting around? Going to such and such house, going to the
Hey,
store. You couldn't have me walk out the door. 5 minutes later, I'm getting lost. You know what I'm saying?
hey, man.
Like,
By memory, you drive it enough time, you get lost enough times.
yeah,
It's okay. I
man.
remember it go this way, this way, this way.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I think with like, with like you got Apple Watches, stuff like that. I think Apple Watch really kind of changed the game too. And everybody had
Mm-hmm.
like Fitbits and all the different patents and
Right.
stuff. But I think Apple Watch kind of changed the game too, because you went from just looking at your watch to hello. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll talk to you in a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Boop. Or you clicking that thing up, you can leave your house. And as long as you got your watch on you, you can
Yeah.
answer, you can listen to music, the headphones, hell, the TV products.
Headphones. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, some shit's been happening. But a
I
part of
mean,
me too was like, hey, all this connectivity, is the government tracking me? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, what's going on?
Hun- Bro, 100%. I've heard so much, like, whether it's on different news stations or Netflix, docuseries or whatever.
Yeah.
If the government wants to find somebody, they can find you super
Yeah.
easily.
Super easy.
Super easy. Everything that you do, what people don't realize, understand is it's online.
Yeah.
Whether you type something crazy from Twitter 15 years ago,
Yeah.
they can find it, right?
Yeah.
It's not actually ever deleted. People are,
Right.
oh, well, I deleted it. Like, nah, man, it's back there in that cache. They go and find that joint, and
Yeah.
and that's what you got to realize, man. It's like technology has came so far since, man. I still remember the block Macintosh computers,
Yeah. We used to have
right,
it.
with
What
the
was that?
AOL
And the
dial-up.
hell, yeah, nigga.
Yo,
Bro. Bro,
crazy.
hell yeah, the dial up. What was that other shit, man? What was some of the things we like when cats was downloading the music? What the hell was that? Was that
LimeWire,
LimeWire, Napster?
NapQuest.
Yeah,
Oh
oh
yeah,
my god,
Napster.
Napster,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Napster,
Napster.
yeah. As soon as you put something on, your life, all information was just wiped out. Somebody got your
Man,
shit from social to everything. Like so, LimeWire came and tried to reinvent the game.
man,
Oh
you download
man.
movies with viruses, like your whole
Boy.
computer. Like, oh, what just happened? It's like, yeah, they straight up hacked you.
Because
It's like
nigga,
you didn't
computers,
download a
bro, computers were too expensive. So if you only had one in the house, it's like five of y'all. You only
only
got
one.
one. And
Mm-hmm.
mom and dad is like, all right, boy, I need to use my computer. And they turn that blue screen, they turn it on, that big ass blue screen. And he look at you like, boy, what the hell you do this time? You download that music again? Yeah. God damn it,
Man,
boy.
we used to pirate so many
Oh
music
man.
albums, freaking mixtapes, movies.
But
It was crazy.
the crazy thing about that, what are we? We're not. What are we? We're not 30s. That was what 20 years ago, 25 almost. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there.
Yeah,
That's
that was probably 2004.
no,
Yeah, man.
it was a while. It was a
2003,
while
2004.
ago, but it
Yeah.
wasn't that long ago. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? It really makes me like sometimes I sit back and I just think about like when we met, back
Mm-hmm.
in was it
Oh, 8.
2008, And it's like now we're in 2026 and that's
Yeah, bro.
18
18 long
years.
years, brother, and
But I'm
just
just
this.
like, we sit back and we think about it was just yesterday, right? We was just in high school, just in
Hell
college,
yeah.
and
Hell
now
yes.
we getting ready to be grandpas. No.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
No, but now we unks, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's like now we unks. It's like, yo, man, where did
Yeah.
Tom go?
Where did
It,
Tom go? Tom
but
flew.
it's,
Tom kept going. We
it,
stopped, but Tom didn't wait for nobody. Life kept
ah,
lifing.
oh
Life kept
man.
lifing. And fucking shout out to Tim Cook. Shout out to Tim Cook.
Shout out Tim
Good
Cook,
career.
man. Hey,
Good
I
15
appreciate the
years.
iPhone, even though I was very hesitant to get one.
Mhm.
I appreciate. Also, it was like it had no buttons. You know, coming from Android, I'm like, yo, man, I got all these buttons. I'm like, how am I supposed
Uh,
to use this
what
thing?
do you
And I do not have no buttons.
Yeah, yeah. No, and somebody, side note, no, was it Nokia? They tried to do that too, and they failed, right? The BlackBerry, they
Mm,
failed. So, now look at you. iPhone changed the game with the no
easy.
buttons. And Android and the Google phones, they quickly was like, hey, we're gonna figure it out. A lot of competitors
Yeah.
disappear. But I do wish, they bringing back phones in some cases. I know they got the Razor coming back. They bringing back certain flip phones
I
and
heard
shit.
that. I heard
The
that. Yeah.
book phone, I want one of those too. Like if I had $2,500 just to throw away, I would just get one and have AT&T
That's
turn my shit on.
that's the hold up. iPhone's coming out with something like that too, right?
I don't know. That might be an
Yeah,
iPhone. I don't know who makes it. I don't know, but I saw something when I was at T-Mobile.
that might have been the Samsung.
Somebody's got a fucking book
Yeah.
that you
Yeah,
open.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that joint is like mad big. But it's
I
like, how do
want
you carry?
one.
But it's like, how do you carry it around on a daily basis, right? You going out on a night. What you gonna do?
Uh-huh.
You gonna have a book in your back pocket, have a jacket, put it inside your your
Hey,
inside pocket.
let me get your phone number,
Right, right.
girl.
It's it, it's like how you gonna be lugging it around?
Oh shit. Nah, I don't know. I'll figure it out though. I'll figure it out.
But what's crazy about it is that the evolution of phones, right? When we first
Mhm.
started, big old phones, right? And
Yeah,
then
big
iPhones
bricks.
came out, then it shrunk it down. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Now it's getting back big.
Hey, I don't know. I like pause. I like
Wow.
big phones. I don't know. Like I used to have the Motorola Q. That was a big one. I
Hmm.
used to have a Trio Palm Pilot, whatever it's called. That was a big one. And then every iPhone that I've had since the 8's been the 8 Plus, the Max, the 8 Pro
Right,
Max.
right, right.
I've had all
Hmm.
the Pro Maxes. But like I said, if there's a fucking phone that comes out that's as big as my TV, I promise you, I'm gonna get it. I don't know. It's something about maybe I'm
You,
getting old. My eyes is getting messed up. I
bro,
don't know.
man,
I
just get
just
yourself
it's
a
something about
tablet.
maybe, bro. Hey, if they fucking if I could talk to a phone, if I could have a cellular system thingy set up on my computer, I'll probably be, hey, what's up, y'all? Everything good?
Yeah,
What's
hello.
happening?
Yeah, man. It's
Bro.
because even with this phone, I'm just like, yo, it's kind of hard to carry it around sometimes, but it's straight. But
Yeah.
having a big ass tablet, well, I don't
Nah,
know, man. I don't
that's
know,
funny,
man.
man. Shout out to Tim Cook, man. Congratulations, good career. Well, good, 15 years, and look forward to seeing what Apple's got in store for the
Yeah,
future, man.
what's it gonna look like in the next 5, 10 years? With the new
Yep.
CEO and everything, and how are they gonna maneuver and challenge China? Because China's top of the line when it comes to the tech world,
Oh, yeah. Hey,
right? So,
they got this thing called Hawaii or Huey, the phone. You know what I'm talking about. I
I
think that
think
the
so.
Chinese man, shit. Now I give me one of them bad boys for
And
sure.
the thing about it is that the US don't really allow Chinese products into the US to sell on the market, like their cars and everything, just because it's a lot cheaper to produce it over there. So it would basically cut down the value of damn near everything if they bring
Yeah.
it over here.
I mean, hey, they did it. They did it a better way. U.S. I'm not about to shit on America because I live here, but I'm about to shit on you real quick. U.S. still using gas guzzlers. They got electric cars that I think Canada's about to buy. I
Hmm.
forget the name of. I think it's something starts with a B. I was just listening to it on the radio the other day, and those electric cars starting out at like 30 grand. Remember when a fucking
Hmm.
Tesla dropped? right? And that motherfucker was what, 60, 70, maybe 80. And then you
Hey,
got a
man.
car note that's like 15, $1,600 and cats is breaking their fucking necks to get one. Like, come on. But China been
Yeah.
producing cars since, whenever. Korea,
Affordable
Japan,
cars, you know.
very affordable. And it's like, yeah, it comes here and, prices jacked up, or they don't bring it here because they don't want, Ford or Jeep or Chrysler or whoever to get knocked out the park. I want you to knock them suckers out the park. God damn it. Cause I'm tired of driving, paying for gas. God damn it. Shit.
And with this
How about that?
war, hey, man, whenever I first moved out here, gas was, I think the cheapest we bought was like 209.
Mm-hmm.
It's now, what is it? 350, 349.
That's it. You tripping off
Yeah,
$3.50, nigga? 50
but I said
cent?
it was at 209 when I first moved out here.
All
So it's
right.
up almost a
That's
dollar
fair.
fifty.
A
Look, I
dollar.
know LA, right?
Thank
Y'all's
you.
gas probably damn near
I don't
$6.
nigga, 6.39 to be exact, player. My
Hey,
car's
but
sitting on a quarter right now, nigga.
but my
Shit.
premium gas is like 4.95. So, it's I mean, y'all's premium is about $2 higher, but
Nigga, I use regular. All right. I ain't cool like y'all yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't cool like y'all yet. But
nah, I use
yeah.
regular too
This,
on one of my
this is
cars.
man, bro. Speaking of this war, all these things. And I don't know how deep you've been paying attention to it. I've been paying attention
It
to it, but let me
affects the
tell you.
market. I trade stocks. What
Yeah,
you mean?
hey, look, I I'm I'm hearing different things. Oh, I'm glad we're stepping in. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, I wish we get out. This is another forever war. All these different things. And I personally, hey, you gonna fight? Fight. But make sure we got a plan, what's going on. Make sure, we getting the best information and tell us the truth. Is it for the oil? Oil? Are you trying to still take the bombs out, take away their nuclear powers? Say that so I can know, okay, I know the country's about to drive us into a fucking wall. No problem. I just need to know if I need to jump out or not. That's all I ask, nigga.
Look,
That's it.
I,
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know if I don't know if I told you this, but one of my mentors, he moved to Portugal. He moved his whole
Smart man.
family over there,
Smart
right?
brother.
Because it's easy to get your citizenship and everything. And he described America to me in this way, right? He said,
Mm-hmm.
America is like the Titanic boat, and it's headed towards the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
We see the iceberg coming. It's about a year away. He
Mm-hmm.
said, I'm getting my ass off this ship before it hits this damn iceberg. So he took his whole family, moved them to Portugal,
Yeah.
and he's going back and forth. And he's like, yo, man, America's going down. It's like, so I need to get off this ship before it gets too bad to where we can't leave or something terrible happens. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, everybody always says Trump is doing good things, and I'm sure that he probably has his quote unquote good things that he's done, but where he's leading us to, dog, this isn't a political thing and nothing like that. But yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, bruv.
I mean, like,
It's
I
it's
mean,
just
like for you, like you're somebody who's like, your part of your line of work is kind of tapped into what's going on in the market. What's happening in the market is
100%.
is a reflection that's happening around the world. So, like, do you feel like with the direction of like how everything is going with this current economy, and you can even add maybe this administration, is that really affecting you on your side of the business, on your side of work?
What's crazy about it, the worse the news is, the better it is for us, right? So Nasdaq just hit all-time highs last week,
All right.
right? So whenever things starts to get better or cool out, it drops back down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's bad to say this, but it's like, okay, we want more bad things to happen because it helps out like our trade and everything. But in
Right.
reality, it's like we want everything to kind of balance out, right?
Uh-huh.
Because at all-time highs, it's just like it's kind of hard to trade all-time highs because
Yeah.
how we basically trade essentially, this is not a trading podcast or anything like that, but you got to look left on what's happening in the past to give you kind of structure of the market,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you're at all-time highs, there's nothing to the left, there's nothing, it's unprecedented, right? So you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know where the market's going, so you can't necessarily
Yeah.
trade that,
Right.
right? So yeah, man, it It's actually been pretty good trading wise what's going on, but it's not good for the economy long
Not
term.
good for the economy. Got you.
Right.
I understand that. Like in my line of work, politics is definitely interfering. We got certain laws, we
Mhm.
got certain
Mhm.
political figures buying up fucking studios and trying to make monopolies and shit. And people are
Right.
coming out like, hey, this is not a good idea. Don't you go and do that. And then you got, certain media outlets like, oh, don't worry about it. And then somebody makes a couple of tweets and say, hey, my guy Ellison should be able to buy this and it's going to happen. And now, you're laying in bed with politicians and presidents and, stuff is dictating, how things are going. And I'm like, is that cool? Like, nigga, I want a job. Like, if this merger happens, you know what I'm saying? If this fucking merger happens to where fucking Paramount buys Warner Brothers, then
Mm.
that like
I saw that.
that's a big freaking deal. Now, I'm no historian in film, but I do know a monopoly when I see one. Warner Brothers
Yeah.
been around for a fucking very long time.
Yeah.
Paramount's been around for a freaking very long time, and they have amassed quite a few talent, quite a few contracts, quite a few everything, streaming platforms to everything. And it's like if we combine, we got one of the largest markets, and we can hire anybody we want. We're already bringing, pro wrestling and then TKO sports and all of that. They're all already under our umbrella trying to get to it. And you got a
Yeah.
couple individuals who got supremely deep pockets are like, hey, this is going to happen and this is going to make things better. No, you're just putting your buddies in place. And now I got to watch movies from fucking that I probably can't even pronounce. And I got to see the same old actors and actresses in there. And I'm like, yo, it's a plethora of talent out here. Tap us in. You know what I'm saying? Like, tap us
Hell,
in.
man.
Shit. And so I just, I'm not trying to get all into politics. I'm not even trying to have no debate because I don't follow politics like I used to. I do watch CNN a lot. Make no mistake. I watch CNN a lot. But I can't say I follow it. It's
Yeah.
just more for entertainment purposes. Like, oh, Abby Phillips is on TV. Let me see what they about to talk about. And it's either one of three things. Trump, Trump, or Trump, right? Or the war. So 4. Well, it's still
Yeah.
Trump though, right? So I'm just like,
You know what's
know.
what's really crazy is that, like, whenever in my line of work and I'm trading everything and, everything's going smooth, and then Mr. President Trump wants to open his mouth and shoot a tweet,
Mhm.
do you know how bad it affects the market? Like,
Hey man,
literally spikes.
for
And I'm
sure.
just like, "Yo, what the"
For sure. For
so
sure.
so it's just like, "Can you just not tweet? Tell your secretary or whoever, stop sending out those random tweets."
Hey, man,
It
shout out to his PR team. That's all I got to say. Somebody's pockets is getting real fat somewhere because of it, okay? So, that's all I have to say on that shit. You feel me? Like,
alright, yeah,
that's all I
let's
got to say on that, alright? So,
yeah,
out of
we
politics and into freaking pop culture, y'all see that
pop
Ice Spice
culture.
stuff? Yes. You see that Ice Spice stuff? Gotta talk
Us
about it.
yeah, yeah, man, hey, just talk about it.
It's
I
it's to
don't
the point
understand it.
it's to the point now where
Watch that McDonald's at 1 in the morning.
in Hollywood of all places. Hollywood.
Right.
But it's getting to the point now where, even on NBA T not NBA TV, NBA with Shaq, Charles and Kenny
Mhm,
them and
Ernie.
Ernie, and they making jokes about it. And I think Charles Barkley was like, "Hell, you couldn't come up in my face. I would slap your ass with a Big Mac." I was dying. I was dying. But I'm just like, girl, you ain't like me. You can't just go anywhere
With
at
no
1 in the
security.
morning and no security. Like, you're not you're the it's like, okay, I got 500,000 followers. Fool, you got like 50 million. All right? Like, you can't step out of
Crazy.
your front door and not say and be like, "Oh, people don't know me." Maybe in you places with paparazzi rules, sure. But you're
But
in
you're in Hollywood.
Los Angeles. You're in Hollywood at like midnight or 1 in the morning at a fucking McDonald's and no security. Your security was your homegirl who got knocked out by a fly and fell down. Like, you need new friends. You need better people around you. You need security, bro. That's fucking crazy. Now, I'm
You
not shaming the girl. Nigga gotta eat. She got the hood on. She trying to be inconspicuous. But, you still Ice Spice. You know, you're not Maddox Sullivan. I'm nobody. You're Ice
And
Spice. You know
and
what I'm
and it's
saying?
funny because I think that the girl that attacked her went live and
And
said, "Oh,
live.
yeah, oh, she's being rude and this, that, and the other." And I just want to say, it's you
They
know,
already, bro. They already heard the
how old is she
audio.
again?
Ooh, I
She
don't
what,
know.
26? Something like that?
Let's figure that out, bro. Let's figure that out. I don't know. She's like
Uh,
23, 23. I don't
man,
know.
man, man,
She's
man, man,
she's
man.
under 25.
How old is Ice Spice? 26.
I'm so sorry. She's 26. She knows better.
She is
Okay?
26 years
She
old,
knows better.
bro. I just don't understand it. Why McDonald's? Why 1 o'clock in the morning? Why you and just your hungry as if you just left the club or something?
No,
You was
not dressed like
hungry.
that. Not dressed in those sweatpants, girl. She looked like she just came from a studio or on her way to the studio.
Oh, okay. But it's just like
Yo,
there's just so much with this
yo,
new age generation of just
it's like
kids.
LA. I mean, no disrespect when I bring this up, you know, somehow Pop Smoke address got put on, on the internet one time, and he ended up dead.
PNB Rock.
PNB Rock in, right place, wrong time. Brother was going to get some
Mm-hmm.
food with his, I don't know if he was with somebody or his girl or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a girl.
And, but again, I hate to do this, but I gotta do this. I'm not Uncle Tom. I'm not a coon, so don't go there with me like that. But it's black. I'm not saying it's black. It's black people fighting each other, killing
Mm,
each other, bringing harm to
mm,
each other for dumb reasons. You want to chain that bad? That man disrespect you so much, or what? Or that woman disrespect you so much, or that dude he just a big star, and you know what? I'm gonna go to his house and I'm gonna rob him. I'm gonna see this girl at McDonald's, and no matter what, like I know she in her space, but I'm all in her bubble. I'm still gonna slap you in your face. I'm gonna go to was it Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles? I see that man with the blinged out chain. I don't give a damn who you. You ain't check in with the hump. No, fuck that.
yeah.
That's no, bro. You should be able to move how you should be able to move freely, how you want to move free, no matter where you are, no matter in what city, what state, wherever. But you gotta still be smart about it because you are not just a regular person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I know, and I live here. I'm not rich, not famous. I live here, and I know I'm not supposed to
We
go
know better.
anywhere to I got $200,000 chain on. Hey, what up, boy? At Roscoe's of all places, and I'm not dissing Roscoe's. Roscoe's is cool, but I'm just saying in that particular part of town, I ain't doing it because somebody's out looking for some kind of come up. You don't know what they going through in their life, right? Man,
Mm.
shit, I owe 10,000 in rent. They about to kick me out. Shit. Oh man, such at the store, at the shop. I could take his chain, sell it. Nigga, I just made 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? Chasing
Crazy man.
clout chasing, girls walk up to Ice Spice while she having a fucking burger. You dig what I'm saying? You pull up to Pop Smoke's Airbnb and try to rob him and end up killing him. Oh man, his address leaked out.
Crazy.
Nigga, okay, and so what? Somebody's always looking for some kind of opportunity to do some harm, and I'm
People
sick of it,
jealous,
bro.
man. They jealous, and it's super frustrating. I mean, from Ice Spice to Pooh Shiesty. Bro, what? Like some of the dumbest, like, I just don't understand black people sometimes. I don't get
I
it.
don't, bro, man, keep talking, bro. Keep talking, bro.
I
Keep talking, bro.
And it was with his dad. Like the dude just got out of jail.
We talking about Pooh Shiesty, right?
Yeah.
This
Went
is
around
now
Gucci Mane at gunpoint because of some contract.
Gucci Man put you in a now. I don't know the specifics of the contract. I can't listen to anything I hear on the internet unless it comes from the
Right.
horse's mouth himself. But what I will say, Gucci Man put you in a position to
Give
make
you
money,
opportunity.
to present your talent to the world. The contract situation, hey, you didn't like it, get your people involved. There's a way to handle business. All this street shit, me and you could easily turn left. We
Right.
know that. We understand that lifestyle. We know that
100%.
lifestyle. We could easily go left. Don't matter if we somebody or just regular old people. We know that lifestyle. But we also know it speaks bigger volumes. You can get more things done by doing what? Handling business the correct way.
Get your
I'm not
attorney involved and
Thank you,
handle
bro.
it
That's
properly.
it. That's it. You want to make you still got enough in your tank to go and it's just your contract. He ain't stopping you from rapping. He ain't stopping you from showing up at a studio. He ain't stopping none of your fans. You just stopped and then the shit pisses me off. People are like, Gucci snitching. Nigga, come
What?
pull up on me at my motherfucking well, I'm handling business with these bosses down here in Texas or wherever the fuck I'm at, and I'm handling business with these bosses, black, white, orange, I don't care, and you try to put me in a car, hood me up, and shake me down because of a contract
Yeah.
you mad about? Nigga, I'ma snitch on you too, nigga. What
And they
the
gotta
fuck?
understand Gucci ain't in that life. Like Gucci's a
Anymore.
businessman. Yeah, exactly. Like
Yup.
he's a businessman. He clean. He's straight. So just because you don't like your contract, you couldn't just talk it out or get your attorney involved. And then what really pissed me off though is that this nigga's dad enables him, and how is your father assisting you in doing a robbery, and then both y'all get put back in jail?
Back in jail, bro. Now, if you got kids, I don't know the dude's lifestyle. If you got kids, now your kids missing out on the opportunity with their dad. If you got a
Yeah,
girl, that's your girl. Families missing opportunity. Fans, most importantly, people that's paying your bills, dog. Fans is missing out on opportunity to hear good music again, contract dispute or not, bro. And you mad because
bro.
you didn't like your contract? I get it. I hate going to work. I hate doing auditions sometimes. I fucking hate some of the deals that come across the table that my agent. I'm not all right, such. I'm gonna go and fight you because I didn't like the fact that you let $200 slip or whatever, right? $200 slip away. No, I'm gonna talk to you and we're gonna handle it in a right in the best way possible, which is most time through some type of counsel, lawyers, right? I'm
Yeah.
not finna go pick you up and shake you down in a kidnapping, bro. Nigga, what?
Crazy. The guy who put you on, who helped you get millions of dollars.
It's called no loyalty. That's what that's called.
You gonna
No loyalty. No
I
loyalty.
just black folks, please
We
hear me
got
and hear me well.
tell them.
We gotta do better. That's why look, man, we do. That's why these white folks they look at us and like they stereotype us immediately, right?
Mhm.
Because they think we all the exact same. There's a lot
Yeah.
of good, smart, intelligent black brothers out here and sisters.
Yeah.
But it's the few, it's those rotten apples that make us all look
Make us
bad.
all look bad, bro. And you like you work so hard to separate, you work so hard to show in any industry, right? In this case, we talking about the music, right? You work
Mhm.
so hard to show who you are, what type of money changes people, bro. You
Oh,
you and I both
100%.
you and I both know we
What?
didn't touch we
100%.
didn't we've seen a lot of money, we've touched a lot of money, and all those things, right? Money will change people. You see
Mhm.
how and it could be from how you dress, from how you talk to people, how you interact with folks, your
Yeah.
demeanor, all those different things, right? And we sit here and we see people who look like me and you, black with all the melanin in the world, right? And we go out and
Mhm.
make dumb decisions. And then the good folks, they got to work extra hard to be like to separate themselves from that. That's
Right.
I'm not saying that's fair. I'm not saying it's not fair. But at some point, we want to like, why do we have to continue to keep working so hard to prove to whatever white other black businessman or whoever that we
Bro.
got to appease to like, no, we don't do that. That's not what I'm about. I'm
Right.
about this. You know what I'm saying? Why do
Man,
we have to work so hard?
bro, we've come so far in 2026 with all the good that we've done. Like we
Yeah.
can't afford to take one step forward, two steps back. And every time something dumb like that happens, they plaster us on TV. Oh, this one did this and this one did. Now, mind you, there's way more white folks out here than black folks. And white folks are constantly on TV doing dumb shit, right?
Dumb shit.
But they don't get highlighted like we do,
Yeah.
right?
The scrutiny ain't there. The
It,
scrutiny
it's,
ain't
it's it's
there.
just not there. So that's what we have to realize is that we have to work harder than the rest just to get the same opportunities.
Just to get just. It's so many, from sports, entertainment to working your regular 9 to 5 trying to move up to the corporate ladder, all these things, right? And it's just one of those. It's just very unfortunate because it's like it. I'm just at a loss of words right now. Like, that's how ticked off I'm getting about this
Bro,
thing, right? And then the piece that hits me the most, Gucci ended up making a song because we went from Ice Spice to Gucci.
yeah.
Gucci ended up making a song about, the events that happened. And then black folk on Twitter and, in certain, he's snitching, like he shouldn't have came out with no song. Why not?
Dang, I haven't heard it yet.
I haven't heard it either. I heard a snippet of it. And I'm
I gotta
like,
listen to that.
okay, I say it too, nigga. Shit, nigga. You fucking pull up to me when I'm at the, conducting business,
Pe-
nigga. You could have called me. You could have
People
called
have to
me.
understand what is snitching and what is not snitching,
That ain't snitching,
right?
bro.
Right, exactly, and they get everything convoluted and misconstrued. Like, if you're handling business, if you're a businessman doing legal business, and someone tries to rob you, and you tell the
Kidnap
cops what
you,
happened, kidnap you,
gunpoint
that
you,
is not
kill you,
snitching.
nigga.
If you
That
guys
ain't
are
snitching.
both in the streets and that street life doing a whole bunch of legal shit, and you go and tell on some other else, that is snitching.
Well,
You guys have to understand there's a clear-cut line in between.
here's my question. This happened around, executives,
Yeah.
business executives. Who would you rather want to tell? I'm assuming there was white men in the room, white women
Mhm.
in the room. I'm assuming those two for sure were in the room. Who would you rather have? These white men and women tell, or would you rather me tell? Because if I
Right.
tell, cops gonna be like, maybe another black on black crime, depending
Yeah.
on severity, right? But you get these white folks say some shit,
They come in 20 deep.
nigga. I'm not trying to be funny, but
Hey, that's real talk though. They come in 20
nigga.
deep. You have a scared white woman calling about a convicted felon with guns.
This man walked up in our building, had his gun drawn, went up to the 12th floor, and where all our
Yeah.
executives are,
I
and
am
grabbed
so
this other
scared.
man.
Hurry, please. I'm scared.
Man, you better tell him about
They're
it.
gonna come
You gotta tell him about
shoot
it,
first, ask
boy.
later.
You better tell him.
Like, yo, you guys gotta be smarter, dude. It just really frustrates me with us black folks, man. And like, I know we can do better. It's just sometimes it's almost like we're stuck in our own way. Like we don't want to get better almost.
We don't.
Uh,
No. We are no. I know we want to get better, but you're exactly right. We are stuck in our own ways to a degree. And we got to figure out this. Hold on, sorry here. We got to figure out like what we're gonna do to be better. Mama, your daddy, our parents didn't birth us to be like, hey, I want you to still keep making the same dumbass mistakes that your uncles and
yeah.
everybody before you was making. Uh Granted, you didn't ask to be here, but the fact that you are here, you need to find your purpose. And hopefully it's a positive thing to get you to navigate this world and make some kind of impact. It don't gotta be a big one, just some kind of impact. It could be an impact on your own children. It could be an impact on people you have at work, kids you coach, whatever, right? Have some kind of positive impact. Stop this whole, snitching, and, snitching against stitches and, the gunner and young thug war. Fuck that. If I was
Shit.
I'm taking it back to Ice Spice. If I was Ice Spice, I'm beating my friend ass. I'm definitely calling the cops. This bitch knocked me on the ground. I'm eating my fucking burger. I'm out in the middle of the street. I'm a fucking bajillionaire, and I'm fighting this fucking
So
woman who I don't know. Yeah, I'm calling the cops. And I'm gonna tell them where she at, what she look like. Hell, I'm an artist. I'm gonna sketch that shit out for you. I'm gonna tell you exactly. And the nigga who she was with tried to fight me too. I'm telling all you niggas. That's what I would be doing. Call me what you want.
yeah, because you have to protect your image, protect yourself, protect your brand, your money, and everything. Because you doing stupid dumb shit out in the streets is gonna affect your
Mhm,
pockets in the back end. And sometimes
exactly.
that's what they don't really understand. If you have a brand deal and now you're all over the news saying that you fought some chick, this, that, the
Mhm,
other,
mhm.
they pull on that as, oh man, I just lost 10 mil
You gonna
because
lose
of a
money.
dumb fight.
Thank you. You gonna lose money. You may, in your mind, I'm losing my reputation if I say something. Well, what if you don't say something and that same person figures out like, that motherfucker's soft. He ain't say nothing the
Mm.
first time. He damn sure ain't gonna say because he's in the industry. He's an artist. He lives by this code. Now I'm gonna pull up to your house where my family's at. Well, I ain't
Yo,
say nothing about your ass a couple weeks ago, but then you done came to my house. You shoot up my house because you trying to hit me. you hit my child or you hit my mom, my baby, my whoever, and now I'm not supposed to say nothing still. Fuck you. I'm gonna handle it before it gets that far.
Yo, so every day I listen to the Breakfast Club, and there's a quote that Charlemagne always says whenever people do dumb shit. Cracks me up every time.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, before you do something crazy, do your jail math, right? It's like, first of all, can you afford an attorney? Can you afford bail? If you get put in jail, can you afford your rent? It's like food, this, that, and the other.
Car
It's like,
note.
how much is it gonna cost you to do this crime?
Mm-hmm. You looking at just, and you ain't got to go that far. Just look at what you just shelled out at the first of every month. School
Right.
tuition, for your kids, rent, car note, car insurance, or mortgage, any people you got to pay on your payroll, the company that you might
Aye.
own, the studio that, hey, albums getting ready to drop, and where you at? I'm in jail. Movies getting ready to drop, where you at? I'm in jail. Or I gotta be at work to make these
Mm-hmm.
things. Like, fuck no. You add all that up after 10 minutes of just thinking. Sounds
And
like you
then
got a one and about 6 zeros behind that you got
right.
to lose.
And then bond, and then attorney fees, and then it's like,
That's
if you ain't
that's the below
working,
that's the
like
below the line.
like, yo, unless you're a millionaire and you just have all this money just saved up to pay all it, like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
Do your jail math. Is it really worth it to have this 10-minute fight?
Yeah. No, it's no, it's not worth it, dude.
Black
It's
folks, do your jail math,
I'm
please.
gonna start using that, man. I don't listen to Breakfast Club enough, but I like Charlemagne. So, do your jail math. I don't care what color you are. Just
Right. With
be
that too.
responsible. The more good we have in the world, the better off we kind of might be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also get too. You got to protect yourself. You got to defend yourself in every fucking right. So if you shoot at me, I'm gonna shoot at you. If that's how you live, hey, do what you got to do. But just know there's always a right choice and there's a wrong choice, nigga.
So, this whole podcast, we've kind of been, besides the Tim Cook situation, we've kind of been on, the path of black folks doing stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we went
Okay.
from Ice Spice and the girl who attacked her to Pooh Shiesty.
Mm-hmm.
And now, how many of y'all seen the Lamar Odom documentary?
Oh
Talking
shit,
about
that did just get released, huh?
talking about stupid shit. This man had millions of dollars. This man was on top of the world. Let me tell you. Do you know where they found this man? They
No, where
found
they
him.
found him?
They found him in Henderson, Nevada, at
Oh,
a
at the Bunny
brothel.
Ranch. At the Bunny Ranch, nigga.
It it wasn't a bunny ranch, but it was one close by. It was the same owner who bought one, right?
Wow.
And I guess he had brought some coke with him or something, and then he went in the room and he did his little thing, and he bought like one of them gas station, Rhino pills or whatever,
Oh,
right? But he
nigga.
bought like a 20-pack, right? It's like on the directions it says, like I'm paraphrasing here, but it says take one every 24 hours.
Don't tell
Why
me
did
he
this
took
man
more than
take like 12
here's
in
my
like 12 in like 24 hours or less?
ain't
On
enough.
top of the coke that he had.
I'm pretty sure two of them will do you just fine. Nigga.
Bruh.
Two
They said
you don't even need the coke, nigga. You can just pop at least two of them and you'll be just fine.
12.
Is this during the time? Because this is a documentary, right?
Yeah.
Is this during the time when he was with Chloe, or
He was
this
with
was
Chloe.
after?
He was with Chloe. He was married with Chloe. She sat there by his side. And apparently they knew, like, even the Lakers, like, they knew that he had a drug problem, right? So they had to do certain things to kind of protect him and shield him from the media and stuff. Like, they
Oh
said he
damn,
would literally go off on like drug benders.
man!
Like for like like for days, dog. They
What it
said this
sounds.
man what?
It sounds like he sounds like our version of Dennis Rodman.
Oh, 100%.
I haven't seen
Ah,
the documentary. I know a little bit about Lowe's story. But Dennis Rodman still showed up to
De-
work though.
Dennis
You
Rodman
know,
was, yeah, exactly. He
still
was
showed
still
up to
somewhat
work.
responsible, but I think Dennis Rodman was 10 times wilder than Lamar Odom.
Yeah. Well,
100 times.
it's giving me Dennis Rodman vibes, though. You
This
know what
nigga
I'm
Rodman said he broke his dick like 8 times. I'm like I'm like,
saying?
"How do you do that?" I'm
How
like,
do
"Yo,
you?
how do you"
I don't.
But they said Lamar had 12 strokes and 6 heart attacks.
Off the rhinos, or
Yeah,
this was
that no, that combined with the coke.
in
Like, they
that
found
one
him.
instance. He
Yes.
basically killed himself 12 times.
Yeah. Like, he was on the
Wow.
ground foaming at the mouth, the white stuff it was bad.
Man, he
And
was really.
then
Uh huh.
and then they took him to the hospital, right? He was in
Yeah.
coma for like 3 or 4 days. Then once he got better, Chloe was there
Was
shuffling
that right? Because
everybody.
that's when Chloe popped up at the hot.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
popped up,
yeah.
but that's her husband. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. Then they put him into rehab, right?
Hmm.
Why did this dude escape rehab to go on a drug bender? This see, man, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like,
And that's
come
what we
on.
saying. Black people, some of you black folks got to do better. The more money you get don't mean the dumber you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But
Like,
my thing is, and I'm gonna tap into it, man. It's Netflix, right?
yeah, it's on Netflix.
I'm gonna tap into it because, but my question, well, I don't know if it's a question. Yeah, I guess it is a question. My thing is, what type of person are you as the wife, right? In Chloe's perspective, how shitty of a person are you for your husband to be going out doing these things? Or maybe you just not a shitty ass person. It's just maybe your husband just really don't fuck with you like that. And like how naive or how dumb, like how
I
low of a person do you gotta be to be like, why am I even with this dude? He can't even come and just be a regular
well
man with me.
well, she filed for divorce once, right?
It was
And
right
then
after, right?
right after, and then she rescinded it, I believe.
Because he was
And
going
then
through the
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You you know what's crazy? How she found out? Because I mean, she already had like an inclination that he was out there cheating and whatnot, but she never had like hard proof, right?
Mm.
When how she found out is one of the escorts or the ladies at the little ranch calls her like, your husband is here passed out. He's been at this brothel for the last few days, having
Hold up.
sex with all of
Ho
them. That's
Your
how she
husband
found out.
I one of my friends passed it on your husband's dick. So,
Yo,
calling you up to let you know. But why the fuck she got her phone number to begin with? You can't
no, no,
just
no,
pop that out.
no, no, no. She went to Lamar's phone, yeah, and
Oh.
called his wife. It's like
Don't you call shouldn't you why'd you that now that's fucked up. You should call 911 before you call anybody in the world. Don't call my
I
wife, nigga.
look. I mean, these little skeezers,
And
it's
just
not
like
like
you. You hit the top of your peak and get that money, man, and you just happen to have a fucked up week. And so, you pass out on hey, your husband right here passed out.
right.
Nigga,
Like,
what
look,
the
man.
fuck?
You ain't
Nigga,
gonna
you
catch me
call
going on no
911 before you
uh,
do some shit.
going on no drug bender with 12 rhinos.
But well, no, man, you won't do that. I'm just saying, just being passed out in general. But like, damn, you couldn't call the paramedic. You called my wife first. What kind of fucked up
They
individual am I? I tip
well,
you
well,
well, bitch.
I I think that they called it the paramedics, but it's like the only way Chloe would have found out where he was is for
Mm.
her to have called her, So
But,
it was just
but
a whole messed up situation. And Lamar's like, well, I guess now the world knows I'm a sex addict and a drug addict.
no, no, you're not a sex. I don't. The amount of
He said,
rhinos he took with the inclusion of coke. Nigga, you're not a sex addict. I don't even think you even made it to have sex, nigga. I'm sorry. Like, oh, you're a sex addict. Look, you can. Hey, look, man. You a sex addict? No problem. You like drugs? No problem. But don't drag people down with you. Like people, I'm pretty sure she cared about the man, right? I mean, she have her own money.
100%.
I'm pretty sure she cared about the man.
She got him out
But
of
like,
rehab.
got
No, go
right.
ahead.
She got him out of rehab, but like don't like he's got an ex-wife, he's got a few kids, I'm sure. But don't like drag like think about your family, bro. But we have problems, right? You have a
Yeah.
problem, you have a problem. I deal with stuff like that every day. But like at some point, think about what you doing because there's really no excuse. Oh well, he's got a drug problem. Motherfucker, I've been had a drug problem. Only thing that made it better, made my drug problem better is I got enough money to buy better drugs, nigga. That's it.
Yeah,
Like, nigga, you should have somebody should have been in your corner instead of being a yes man or yes woman. They should have been like, hey, bruh, you fucking up.
but but let me tell you how fucked up Lamar is, right?
Oh shit.
It gets worse. Somewhat worse, right? So he's in rehab, right? And he's getting better because at first he didn't know how to walk, right?
Damn.
Brain damage and everything, like it was bad. So he was in rehab getting treatment and whatnot. This dude is playing dumb, like he really can't walk, he really can't talk. All the time. He's like, I can actually walk and talk, right? So what ends up happening is that Chloe leaves off, and after that whole situation, she walks into his house and he's over there snorting coke in the back. And, it's, and she put him up in her house with a private chef, with everything, make sure that he's getting rehab, he's doing well. And
So
then she walks in,
are they still in Vegas during this, or he's back in LA now?
he's back in LA, right? So she's taking care of him, doing all these things. And then she walks in on him snorting coke.
I would have left
So
his ass at the bunny ranch, nigga, so I would avoid the shit.
she said, by the end of the day, get your shit out my house. And
Yeah,
then that
bro.
week, filed for divorce again. She's like, I'm done.
I would be too, bro. I would be too. Like, I would be done. I can't marry you no more, but I'm gonna still help you because, like, I was with you for X amount of years. I married you. I understand your struggle, but I just can't be with you. So I'm gonna help you as long as I can. I'm gonna drop you off at the hospital. That's my
Bruh.
help. You
Bruh.
pass away, I'll make sure your kids get everything they need. But I
You
can't be with you
literally
no more, dog.
you literally almost died. And a few months later, you in the back snorting coke again.
Doing it again, bro. That at that point, I don't think that's an addiction. I don't. I think it's something greater. I think that person just don't care about life anymore. I don't
I
like
think so as well, because at the end of the documentary and everything, he gets up like, all right, man, I'm about to go to Vegas. And he's like, no, I'm just playing. I'm like,
oh,
you are not playing.
TMZ. Hey, Lamar Odom back in Vegas again. He's at the Palms
and,
Hotel.
and you know how, like someone is still a cokehead whenever they, you know, and like they do that, like you just know, like, yo, you do that too well. Like,
Nigga.
like you're still doing it.
Oh.
Like he did that a few times. Like, I was like, you just did that, didn't you, about an hour ago? Because
Now,
you messing with your nose and you doing all this,
man,
oh
listen, bro.
man, yo,
Listen,
it's
man.
Lamar. We got to do better,
I got
guys.
people. I have people in my family, that have, certain addictions,
Mm-hmm.
and you just you kinda you help them as best as you can, but when you see that they can't help themselves, I mean, that they don't want the help, you can be
Mm-hmm.
there all you want. You just gotta take a step you just gotta take a step back and just let them be. It might excuse me, man, why am I burping? It might end up as a in
Man,
death. You might end up dead. You might end up in a path where you want to be straight, but, you can take a horse to the well, but you can't make
you
the
can
horse
make a
drink.
drink. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how, and I haven't seen the documentary, but I'm just looking at people that I've been around, family, work
Right.
environments, things like that. And I see these folks and it's like, damn, dude, you want them to do better. You want them to see them succeed, but they take one step forward to get knocked back 10 steps and they just keep trying and trying and trying. But then the only answer is like to just give up. And
Yeah.
that's what sucks, bro. Like that
I
hurts a
mean,
lot, man. I'm telling you.
like you can't help people that don't want to help themselves. So like I'm a big proponent of like I'm not gonna sit there and extend myself to you and try to help you if you don't want to help
Yeah,
yourself, because I'm wasting my time, right? Because if you have an
right.
addiction or what have you, you're only gonna get better when you decide you want to get better. Because I could
Right.
sit here and point you to rehab, to do this, be there for you and everything, help you out. But until you decide and you make up your mind, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to actually live a better life. You're not going to get better.
Right.
So if you
But
don't
but
want
like
to help yourself, then what am I doing?
like but with people in those situations, like how what can you do to get them to that point of wanting to help themselves? It's
There's
probably
nothing.
nothing, right?
There's nothing you can do. You know, it's like the saying, like, you can't love someone else, so you love yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like you could talk to him as much as you want. You know, I've got a friend right now that I won't name, but it's like he's now better, but it took him literally years
Yeah.
of disappointing his family and his friends and everything to finally like, okay, I want to do better now. Like I want to go clean. But the thing about it is that once you fall down that slippery slope of being a drug addict or being addicted to something, it doesn't matter if you get clean for 5 years, 10 years, there'll always be that dark horse on you. That one
Yeah.
slip, you fall right back in and everything will just be erased,
Yeah,
right?
man.
And that's the sad part about being an addict. Is like you can be clean for 5, 10 years, but that one situation, one party, you know what? I've
Uh-huh.
been sober for, 10 years. Let me
That
just go
that
ahead and
little
hit this
bit
one
ain't
time.
gonna hurt
Yeah,
me.
right.
Like that little bit gonna see you to the hospital. Might see you to your
Man,
grave at worst.
it
Ain't
would
no
trigger
restart button.
it would trigger memories and everything to where,
Yeah.
you just erase everything and you restarted your whole entire process.
Right, right. No, it's real, man. I know people that's been down that road, man. I know people that didn't make it down that road, man.
Mm,
And it sucks because they have people that love them and care about them. And, in some cases, they even had their own family, right? They had their own little kids, and you can't now. Your kid is, an adult, or a teenager, and you can't watch your kid. It's your daughter. You can't watch your daughter do daddy daughter dance. Can't take them to the prom. Can't
bro.
see them off to college. Can't get them into their dorm. Can't see them at their first job. Can't bring your kid lunch at her next promotion. Just shit, right? Just things. And I wish people could like I wish I this is one of the things I wish when it comes to like drugs, alcohol too, especially if you have a problem or you developing a problem.
Yeah,
You take a first hit and you literally see your life flash before your eyes. All the things I
mhm,
wish drugs did shit like that, right?
yeah.
Probably some do psychedelics, but I wish literally
But people
things
like
happen
that
that
shit. They're
way.
like, oh yeah,
Yeah, you see all like, wow, you see your whole life like, man, this is my life 5, 10, 15 years down the line. And you see how good that's gonna look. Would you still keep hitting that drug? Still keep drinking from that
I
bottle?
I think that the issue is that some people just like you said, they just don't care about their life
They don't
or
care about
they don't have anything to
themselves.
live for, right?
All the
Like
above,
I
bro.
I have at least 10 friends from high school that I could think of that have passed away from drugs, from heroin, from fentanyl, like all these things, like people that I was, pretty cool with. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
yo, this person just passed. And like some of them have passed away a decade ago,
yeah.
right? So it's mid 20s,
It's crazy.
early 20s, younger. I'm just like, yo, like you didn't even live your life yet.
It's crazy, bro. You got
But,
so much life to live.
you know, I think that there's a it's like two different worlds, right? There's one world where you're living in a small town, Edmond, Oklahoma, or wherever, and there's nothing to do there but get into drugs,
Yeah.
right? And then you're on the other side where you're like in LA or Vegas, where there's too much to do, too much peer pressure, and
Too
you're in
many
drugs as
drugs.
well. Right, right. Way too many drugs, right? So it's
Shit.
just like we have to kind of, you know, have a path in life and have a have a vision, know what we want to do in life and
Right, bro.
go after, have a goal, have a purpose
Yeah.
versus just well, let me go
Yeah.
party, let me go, try these shrooms real quick, let
Yeah.
me
I mean, look, if you want to try those things, try it. But
but it's like not everybody can try it though because some people have addictive personalities.
Really though? Or is that a well, I'm not gonna get into that scientific, but I don't understand that whole addictive personality thing. I'm not a
Well,
therapist or
it's like whenever they
psychologist.
try something, they get addicted to it pretty quickly, or it's almost like someone who's like a gambling addict. First they like to play games, and then all of a sudden, being a gambling addict allows them to be an addict in other places. Because this
Right.
same guy that I'm telling you about, he loves to gamble as well. He's a gambling addict.
Nick, I was
His
up
pro
10 mil. Shit, that felt so
uh,
good and I lost it
it
all. Damn, I had my first hit of rock. Woo! And everybody's looking for that same fucking
it
feeling that
yeah,
they had first time.
it's so bad that if they're not at the casino, it's on their phones now, right? They they're gambling cars, gambling poker, all sorts of things, and that's the downside also of technology. It's like everything
At your
is in
feet,
the palm of your
at your
hands.
disposal, at your disposal, man, in the palm of your hand. I'm thankful, man. I had a decent upbringing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was an adolescent. I was a terrible teen. I did dumb
I was
shit. Who
I was a
who
rebel
didn't?
myself.
Who didn't? But, I have family who didn't give up. I mean, look at you, bro. You got the crib culture in the background, the double C's, you got your fly shirt,
Hey.
chain and shit on, a nice place to live. We able to talk on spaces like this. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Had a family who supported and pushed well, I wouldn't say well, yeah, had a family who supported and pushed us in the right direction. But you can still have family who push you and support you in the right direction and you don't be receptive to it and they give you all their resources and you still fuck it up. It's like,
But
God damn.
I think that one thing that people don't take into account is, yes, you're gonna have the family to put you in the right positions, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to surround yourself with the right people,
Yeah,
right?
because we
Because
can't be with you 24 hours a day.
whenever I see people that are messed up in the head or doing dumb shit, I look at their friends. I'm like, y'all friends ain't no better. It's like that's why y'all like this. Y'all friends are no better at all.
You got to get
So
you around
surround
the right
yourself with
people.
good, healthy people who have a purpose in life, who are doing well for themselves, you know, who are pushing you to be better. And
Yeah.
then you will be better. But you surround yourself with druggies and people who just want to just live life like nomads and just do whatever, you're gonna be that way as well.
Yeah, you're gonna be that way. You are sometimes many times your friends is a reflection of you. You are a reflection of your friends. If your friends sitting around getting high all day, motherfucker, chances are you probably doing the same thing. If your friends
Uh,
playing video games all day and they ain't making no money because they ain't streaming on Twitch or YouTube, chances are
mhm.
you doing the same thing. And y'all enabling each other and you're not going anywhere. You're being stagnant. You're enjoying
100%.
that moment of nothingness, right? And nothing. What do you get from nothingness? Nothing.
One of my one of my favorite sayings is that you are the average of the top 3 people that you're around.
Mm,
So
mm,
think about your 3 closest friends around you, and
mhm,
I can almost guarantee you can see the reflection of yourself in them.
mhm,
So
mhm. Well, I guess that mean I ain't shit.
you was a
Yeah,
motherfucker
I
lie.
ain't shit, nigga.
Look,
Nah,
man,
that's real, bro, man. Look, we
we
gonna
all
get
doing
everybody
good,
out of here
man.
on this, man. Leave y'all. Well, we'll leave here with this. Let's people. We gotta make not nobody's reinventing the wheel. Let's make better
Yeah,
decisions. Get good people around you to help you make good decisions. And
100%.
branch outside of those circles too. Sometimes your people don't know everything, right? Other people know more things than what you know. Don't be afraid to befriend folks at work. Don't be afraid to, say, hey, I need help. Don't wait till you're on your deathbed, start asking God for forgiveness. God, please help me, get me out of this stupid ass decision I made. I've been there. I think we've all been there, but you still
That
learn
one
because
night.
yeah, right. And just embrace the fact that life you only get one of them. Most people you only get one life,
Now
and
Lamar, that nigga's like a cat.
use use it, nigga. Use it. That's just because somebody above higher power was like, you know what? It's a
Yeah.
little bit left in the tank that I need to squeeze out of you before I let y'all send you
Mhm.
on to the upper room. But anyway, man, get y'all out on here,
Yo,
man.
hold
Go
on,
ahead, bro.
side note before we get up out of here. Lamar said Hey, man, the the afterlife isn't what everybody thinks it is. I was dying, like, "Yo, what?"
You know what, man? You could have just left that
Oh.
shit in the chamber, dog. You ain't had to shoot that one off, man. Hey, episode 7. I really appreciate y'all for joining us in. We went a little bit of overtime, but hey, man, some things just need to be said.
It needs to
Control
be
Shift C
said.
podcast, man. I'm your host, Maddox Sullivan. That strange
It's your boy
motherfucking
City.
city, aka Oscar Megano, and I am bucking out. I will see you next week. Peace.
Love.